Hello Oak class, it was lovely to see so many of you on Zoom yesterday. If you didn't manage to log on, we listened to two stories. Well, we listened to one in the morning and then some other children listened to a different one in the afternoon. And if you logged on in the morning, I read a story called Dragon Stew, which was about some horrible Vikings looking for a dragon to turn into their dinner. And then in the afternoon, Mrs. Thomas read a story called Into the Woods, which was about a knight in a forest on a quest looking for a dragon. So today's task is going to be all about dragons. What I'd like you to do is have a go at writing a poem. Now, this is going to be a special type of poem called an acrostic poem. Acrostic. Can you have a go at saying it? So I'll say it first and then you say it after me. Acrostic. Acrostic. Okay, should we have a go at saying it in funny voices? Because that always helps us remember. We'll say it like the Queen. Remember, me first. Acrostic. Okay, let's say it like the witch. Remember, me first. Acrostic. Your turn. Let's say it really quietly to a mouse. Me first. Acrostic. Now, if you'd like to, you can say it a little bit loudly if you want. I'm not going to because my dog's just here and I don't want to scare him. So your turn. Acrostic. So today we're going to write an acrostic poem about a dragon. Now, acrostic poems are really special because they have a word written down one side of the piece of paper. Let me show you. I've done one. Can you see what this word says? It's in capital letters. Dragon. Dragon. So an acrostic poem tells you what the poem is about with a word down the side. So we know this poem's about dragons because it spells dragon down here. Now each sentence, each line of the poem starts with with each letter of the words with each letter in the word dragon. So, for example, I have written for dangerous and dreadful. So I've chosen to write about a scary dragon in my poem. So for for dragon, I've written dangerous and dreadful. Oh, that's a little bit of alliteration as well, because that's a d and a d, two words that start with the same sound. So dangerous and dreadful. For I've said ravenous for meat. Oh, ravenous, that's a good word. It means really hungry. So far, dangerous and dreadful, ravenous for meat. Abysmal behaviour. Oh, if you had abysmal behaviour, I would be asking you to move your name down on our behaviour chart. Abysmal is not very good at all. So my dragon has abysmal behaviour. Can you see that starts with an A? Abysmal. And then for I've said gargantuan wings. Oh, gargantuan. That's a word for really, really big. So for a big dragon. And for I've said orange flaming fire. Why would I write about fire? Oh yes, because a dragon breathes fire out of its mouth. And then for I've said never approach. Gosh, I've used lots of big words in there. Do you want to know how I knew all those big words? I decided that I would look up lots of describing words to help me write my poem. And I looked for describing words on my computer. They're called, can anyone remember what a describing word is called? If you're in year 1, I'm sure you'll know it. It begins with an A, an adjective. Well done if you knew that. I typed into my computer, and you will need help from a grown-up if you want to do this. I typed into my computer adjectives beginning with D, and that gave me dangerous and dreadful. Okay, so I had a little bit of help writing my acrostic poem from the computer. So it's going to be your job to do something similar to what I've done. So you have to write down one side of the paper, dragon. Now it has to be in capital letters because each letter is the start of a new line. Okay, so dangerous and dreadful, ravenous for meat, abysmal behaviour, gargantuan wings, orange flaming fire, never approach. Okay, so they're all of the words that I've come up with. If you're in year 1, I would like you to do more than one word, like I've done for each letter. However, if you're in reception and you think that's too much of a challenge, you can just write one word for each letter. So you could have just had dangerous, ravenous, abysmal, gargantuan, orange. I'm not sure you could have orange. You might have to think of a different word. Never. You might have to think of a different word for as well. So your job is to have a go at writing an acrostic poem about dragons. Now remember, if you want to reception, if it's too tricky to write more than one word, you can just write one word for each letter. Then I would like mummies and daddies to take a photo if they can and send it in to me, and I can't wait to see all of the lovely work that you've done. Yeah, have fun.